is actually going to be a bit of a throwback session. Throwback's such a big word these days. Everyone says that. It's basically taking you back to your college days. Okay, so we're gonna go to a lot of places that are haunts by college students, and they're pretty interesting. There's a lot of places here to go to actually if you just sniff around, and that's what we're gonna do. Okay. Energy station. Near a lot of bus stations as well. So as you can see, the areas we're gonna go around are close to the area where Avida Tower's prime Taft will be located. And basically we're gonna show you around the neighborhood and see what interesting little needs we have around here. There's a lot actually, there's a lot of places that you can go to. And today's food hunt will be very diverse. So it's not just student places, but places that a lot of locals from around the area.
But it's also a Japanese restaurant. It's owned by a Japanese lady who has been here for so long that magaling na siya managalog actually. And yeah, and we're gonna have some sushi. So for all of you sushi lovers, you're in for a little treat. And true to form, it's also a very moderately priced restaurant. Actually, nakakagulat yung presyo. We are definitely not in Makati anymore. And one of the things that I love about going around in places like Pasay and all that is that I really like to see the diversity of our food scene. There's so many restaurants opening, and there's so many restaurants that are still there after so long. And you will see all kinds of restaurants. And hopefully you will enjoy the next one. So sit back and relax. We'll be there in approximately 5 minutes. We're going to pass around some Avida fans for all of you. The traditional etiquette for eating sushi. Okay, so the way to eat sushi is you're supposed to pick up the sushi with your fingers. You can use chopsticks, that's allowed too, but fingers is the more traditional way. And you're supposed to flip it over and just dip the fish part of the sushi into the soy sauce, if at all. Just a bit of soy sauce on the fish, because you're supposed to taste the freshness of the fish. The more upscale sushi houses won't even give you soy sauce. That's alam mo, ano yan eh, gawaing Pinoy yan. How many people here, including myself, put a lot of wasabi in the soy sauce and make a brown sludge? I do that all the time, but apparently that's not the way to eat it. The really good sushi chefs have their own sauce that they brush on top of the sushi to enjoy the flavor of the fish. Sometimes when they buy the fish, they don't even serve it right away. They'll keep it chilled for a few days to ferment just a bit, so for the more flavors to come out. For girls, you're supposed to pick it up, do the same thing, dip a bit of the fish, and cover your mouth like this. And then you're supposed to eat it in 2 bites. And while you're chewing, you're supposed to cover your mouth. So you're talking to each other like this. But you know, that's the more formal way. So anyway, enjoy your sushi, and the next stop again will be entirely different from this. So enjoy. Our next location is at the heart of DLSU. It's a famous food court owned by a certain gentleman. You may have heard of him, the Dinko Wangko owns it. He owns a food court. Can you imagine? Sa dami niyang negosyo, Meron siyang food court sa gitna ng Lasal. Okay, and this is where we will have our food challenge. 120 pesos. You have 20 minutes to order and consume your special food. I have talked to many Lasalite friends who have studied or are still studying in Lasal. Sobrang madaming masarap daw dyan sa food court yan. Yan ang paborito nilang food court sa buong area nila sa Lasal. So enjoy yourselves in there.
Student favorites around here. You have 120 pesos in your pocket. You're a student, you have an exam in half an hour. 20 minutes. And you have these 20 minutes to eat something substantial for you to go to your exam and ace it. So the ladies in red here will be judging unnamed criteria. We'll only tell you the winners once we ring the bell near the end of the 20 minutes. Okay? So, without further ado, as the food hall is ready for you, go!
Coolest cafes I've ever seen ever in any part of the globe. Because that's high expectations, I know, but when I entered I said, oh my gosh, this is too cool. Obviously it's geared towards more towards students, right? So it's nothing posh, nothing fancy, but it is what it is. It's very cool. If I lived around here, if I studied around here, I'd be there all the time. It's called